Good morning. This is something that Old Town makes, and here it is. Cool little gadget. Your Dremel just screws in to this attachment. That simple. And then this is a height adjustment. And this attachment allows you to do inlay work or intaglio work or whatever traditional routing kinds of things you may do using your little Dremel. This is a gadget, basically the same thing, but with some pretty important differences. First difference is this has no handles on it, and it's really awkward to use. It really is awkward to use. I have used it, and I really am frustrated by this one, and I'm not the only one that has had issues with this. In principle, it's okay, but in practice, it's awkward, difficult. It freaks me out to use it. I can take control of what I'm doing, and I can control this thing with both hands. And if I'm cutting out an inlay, I can actually cut my inlay out. I can see what I'm doing. I can hold this up, or I can hold it when he's, I have control over it. I can get the job done. I don't have my hands up, really tied up against this, like that other frame that I showed you like I said, it's awkward. It feels dangerous. This one gives you the ability to have really precise control over the work that you're doing. I do build things for a living. I know of what I speak. Let me show you. This is a guitar which has been in use for a couple of years. This guitar is interesting because it has a crown top, and you can still, with a crowned top, with a curved top, you can use a tool like this to cut your binding area. Even if it's not perpendicular, you can still use it. You just cut a little less, and then you come back through with a sandpaper file, which is what I like to do. There are people out there that sell binding cutters for archtop guitars. You don't need that. You can do the same thing with this. You just have to think the process through just, like a little tiny bit more. This is the binding attachment for this gadget. This sets on the edge of your guitar, and it allows you to set your height. As you can see, the router isn't in place, so I can maneuver this thing with one hand. You can set your height, and you can set your depth, so you can make that corner cut for your binding. And whether you're working on a musical instrument, or whether you're putting binding on the edge of a cabinet, of a box, of anything that you're working on, I mean, this will help. This will help that procedure along. This gadget, which is your circle cutting compass that attaches, and look how quickly it is for me to connect that. I mean, it was like I had one laying over here with this connected to it. And I guess I did. So this is a nice little feature. It allows you to use the same rig for your hole cutting, and you can go anywhere from about 1.5 inches to a 16-inch hole. So it's a pretty gigantic cutting range that you have. Now, not telling you how to do things, but it's a good thing to leave a little web in a couple places as you're making your cut. If you finish your cut, and you don't have a web, don't have this held in place, this can go out of alignment and you can mess yourself up. That way you don't end up doing something stupid. So I haven't done that. I have not done that. I have not. Don't even get started. This gadget will make your Dremel into a super machine. If you build custom boxes, if you build anything where you need to do any sort of precision inlay, if you are an instrument maker or you do repair work, this will make your Dremel into a super tool. Quick update. We've developed this base, which is actually quite a bit nicer for working around corners. You notice quite a bit of this base stays on this instrument, which, by the way, has magically become bound in the last, I don't know, 15 seconds. Also, the circle cutter comes with a parallel guide, so if you have reason to do anything on an interior parallel to an edge, if you're doing some inlay work, or you're cutting for a truss rod, which obviously there's a truss rod in here already. And I don't know if I had mentioned this acrylic coating on the bottom. It's a heavy acrylic tape, and it just kind of keeps the surface of the things that you're working on from getting scratched up. And yes, if you notice that I have to brush things, it's because there's always dust on things. So that is kind of how things go. Anyway, as you can see, these things are just like crawling all over this guitar, wanting to do stuff. Don't thank me, thank Old Town.